focus on the league.
Have some specific people and guys on the team help you in terms of that acclimation to the area, the good places to eat, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, Brad Smith was the first one. We got along very well for the short period of time that we were together here. And all the guys, Freddie Mancero, and I could name, most of them that tried to, help you one way or another.
And then a few games in the season on the field, how do you feel like you've acclimated on the field with these guys?
I mean, it's, we haven't had a lot of time for the full team in preseason. Guys were with national team, and there weren't that many friendly games to kind of play together before we went to Honduras to play the Champions League game. So it's still in that phase of figuring small details out. It was a disappointing start to the MLS, that's for sure. You don't want to lose the first game, and especially not at home. I feel like we can't get too low when we lose, and again, when we won in Champions League, we also can't get too high. The season's a long long season, and it's a marathon. So another game coming up this week.
You mentioned the Nashville game. How do you evaluate both your performance and the team's performance in that game?
I don't think we were good enough. Individually, like every single one of us can put their hand up and say it wasn't good enough. And then if individually the performance isn't out there, then the collective performance will not be there as well. And I think we deserved a draw maybe from the game. It was a 0-0 type of game, but on the one clear chance I feel like that they had, they scored a goal. It was I would say a boring game for a fan to watch. It was very tactical from their side as well. They're very organized and hard to break down. And it took us longer than needed to for us to figure things out on the field. But as I said, there's another game coming up that we have to do better in.
How much of trying to get that creativity to break down teams who are very well organized, how much of that finding that is just getting more time to mesh and gel with the guys on the field?
Yeah, I mean, practice is one way. We haven't practiced that lot neither because of the games. So practice is one way, but then it's on us players to figure it out on the field. Everybody's good enough of a player to know how to make the game go in our favor, I guess, and we're more than capable of creating chances. Unfortunately, the Nashville game wasn't one of them.
Albert, all CCL teams, all the teams that play CONCACAF Champions League, took losses or they didn't play well this first week of MLS. How difficult is that playing both tournaments?
I mean, it's the first time that I'm in it, so I don't know how difficult it is. As a player, that's what you want to be part of. As many international and competitions to win something. So in one way it's good, and in another way, we'll need the whole group. We'll need the guys that are on the bench one game, because you don't know when you're going to have to step in and play your part for the team. So everybody's got to be ready, because the schedule will be busy.
It seems like you really look for Nico, we're in the practice field and whenever you guys are on. How well is that chemistry growing between you and Nicolas Todero?
Yeah, it's growing. I mean, we're similar in one way and then different in another way, So I think from first day it was easy, to get on kind of the same page. We kind of see the game the same way, and we would like to play, the game in a similar style. So it's not a hard thing to get along. It's just the minutes on the field and play together a little bit more. That's what's needed at this point. But I mean, the chemistry is there.
Obviously, going to play in RSL is for you a little bit different. What are your early thoughts on going to play RSL?
No, I mean, it's a place where I've been for 5 years, so it's a familiar place for me. I know all about the possibility of playing the snow game and then the altitude and all those factors. So, it's familiar for me. But for the rest of the guys, it's another away game, and so is for me. We're going there right now, and we had a disappointing start to the season. We know they tied as well on the road, which is probably a positive result. So, we're going there, and I'm expecting a tough game, but we definitely have to perform better than we did against Nashville.
Do you still talk to any of the guys that they're maybe texting you, calling you about that game that's coming up?
Yeah, I mean, there is a couple of group chats that I'm in with a few guys, and we haven't spoken about it just yet. But yeah, there's a few guys on the team that I keep in, touch on weekly basis and stuff.
You mentioned that there's playing in international games. personally, and outside of the game, you're playing a big club like Leon, CCL?
Yeah, well, that's that's what we wanted against Montagua. We wanted to advance. We did, and now it will be another probably a tougher opposition. But all eyes right now are on RSL. That's the first game we have to take care of, and then we can start looking at Lyon and how they play and tactics and all of that. But right now it's not about Champions League; it's about the MLS game.
Anything else, Robert?
If I could just ask you about Obed Vargas. He's so young, 16-year-old, playing in midfield. I just wanted to get your take as another player that plays that area of the field.
Yeah, no, he's been fantastic since the day preseason started. On all the games he played in, he played. I think above the expectation that you would have for a 16-year-old talented player. So he's overachieving at the moment, and this is the kind of mentality that all the youngsters need to have. Is that when their chance will come, they have to take it and make it difficult for a coach then to take them out of the lineup. But we have a lot of talented guys here from what I've seen so far, and as I said, there'll be a lot of games coming up, so everybody's got to be ready.